derby games, you know, Man United as well. Everybody's fighting for fourth and doing all these things. Not that that's anything to scream and shout about, but again, I'm happy that we've done that. I'm happy that we've won. I'm happy that we've done it without necessarily key players at times. But now two truths can be in the same realm. Take that away for a sec and look at the game without the emotion. Just look at the football for what it is and what we used to do. The same themes are still there. And we've got a young squad. It's always going to happen, but the same themes are still there. We could have won, lost, or drawn against Chelsea, West Ham, and United. So we did well in those games. We slugged through it. We showed character. But yeah, man, we're a brazy team. Like, we're a brazy team. What a football club, man. Like, you look at that, you know, I remember if we cast our minds all the way back to on the 6 games, you know, because this now kind of marks, we've obviously got big games and stuff, but this kind of marks the end to the 6-game period Arsenal fans were talking about when you look at where this was going to make or break the season. If you don't know what I'm referring to, let me actually, Arsenal, because we used to do a lot of big song and dance about it, people. If I share my screen with you guys, oh, what the fuck? Maybe God doesn't want me to. What was that? All that flashing business. I haven't seen that I ain't got that on my screen. But yeah, I don't know what that was, people. But what I mean by the 6-game period is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 6-game period where we said make or break the season, where obviously we had decent form, lost to Liverpool, sky's blue. And I used to sit there and say, forget these last 3. These 3 in that Chelsea where we've won 4-2, Man United, and obviously today it was these 3. Now these are 3 bogey teams on the best of days. Arsenal fans, or definitely myself, you look at and look for their games in the fixture calendar list. So to slap them all 3 together, optimism, pessimism, optimism is going to be on the floor. Pessimism is at its all-time high because, bro, man are talking about in this game, man are talking about we created chances, we did this and that, and it wasn't enough. It was flat, much like elements of today. Tactically, we weren't helped, but we were just not good enough against Brighton. Shambolic against Palace. So obviously, if we're not patterning in these 3 games and there's injuries more time, can't really have confidence going into this. But it makes no sense. We've achieved nothing because the season's not done. But football, at least where Arsenal's concerned, much like some of the players, it's not making sense. Like, you bottled these 3. I would have never, if anything, going into this 6-game period, I would have screamed, take your chances here, win all these games. Then maybe, you know, you want to beat Chelsea, but a draw is not the worst. Obviously, the way United play, you more want to win that. You try and take points off your top 4 rivals, and the same against West Ham as well. So, boy, it's crazy, man. Like I said, man, we done better than we did. You know, we started this month better than we did last month with a victory. You know, I think Holding's my man of the match. I feel sorry for Eddie Nketiah because he obviously earned the corner for the first goal. He got in the handbags. I think he worked hard. Listen, I don't like this working hard thing. Like, you got to score in that, but I think he really put himself about today. And I think it's been a strong period for Eddie Nketiah. I think he did well against Southampton. I think he did well against Chelsea. I think he done well in the United and West Ham games. Now he should have a goal in both of these games, really. Did the Martin Odegaard flick against United. And today there was a couple where he should have done better. Like, the only thing I'll criticize Eddie Nketiah for, people, is, do you remember the first half? He tried I don't know what he tried to do, some mad shooting technique. It was bewildering. There were several passes and he didn't opt to do any of them. That's the only thing I'll get onto him about. But yeah, man, in terms of improvement, game management, cheap goals, following runners, you know, defensively, probably being a bit more solid in midfield. Again, every player, there's not a single player out there who can say they didn't. I know Tavares, who had a better second half for me, was a serial offender, but no one in that team can say they weren't playing strict, like, not on purpose, but there were stray passes and they were harming us and they were counter-attacking us and all of these sort of things. I think several players did that, really. Even there was a period in the second half, like a 5-minute period. I don't know what was going on with Xhaka and Tavares, but things were breaking down on that side. So game management, man management, just being overall a bit more tidy, a bit more convincing, you know, all of these sort of things that we've talked about need to improve. We showed resilience, we showed fight, we got the result. You know, ultimately, whether I rate certain players or not, you know, there's injuries, there's things like that. The squad has come together and putting in results. Holding, by no stretch of the imagination, should ever be near the first team. And if Saliba does come back next season, it's peak for him, innit? But this is what you want to see. And generally, there's been times where you've seen Tavares do better this season than others. You've seen Eddie come in. You've seen even El Nene's one. Cedric's one. Obviously, these players, we all know what it is. But generally that's what you need. That's what you've got with Liverpool. Obviously, the difference is them man are better, but other players have stood up to be counted. You know, again, I would say Thiago really a purple patch. When Salah kind of scored 20 goals, did his thing, but when he took a bit of time off, Mane really took it on. Diaz is coming. This is what we need to do. So they're the positives. But the main thing for me, we just got to stop these heartache things for fans, man. We got to be a bit more convincing because we could have won, lost. As I said, we deserved to win these last 3 games, but there's been a theme where it could have went either way anyway, really. And much like games we was winning during our unbeaten run, and sometimes when we've lost, really, you know, even when we beat Watford away from home, it could have ended up like this. Leicester the same. So there's a lot to work on, man. But I'm a happy man. It's definitely better to win in it. You know, I can watch match of the day and the rest of it. It's bank holiday in the UK. Bray. It is what it is. It is what it is, people. It really is. What was I gonna say there? Holding Eddie. Eddie worked hard, man. I can't lie, Eddie. If I was your advisors, without knowing what I don't know, I would not sign a new deal because I think Gabriel Jesus is definitely using us to get a new deal at City. I hear all what you lot are gonna tell me. Oh, Eddie's been chatting to him since November. Blah 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 blah. And whatnot. I want Gabriel Jesus, but I just think they're using us to sign in to get a new deal there or leverage a better offer. I hope to be wrong. I didn't think we was getting a Bamian people, and in a nice way, I was wrong. So I hope to be wrong. And if I'm Eddie, just because you do the maths, bro, if you're gonna bring in Gab Jesus and another striker, where are you gonna play? I hope Eddie signs a new deal for money, and because he's still not all the way there yet, he's looking like a better player now. You know, he's physically still needs to improve, but getting there. You know, he's managing games a bit better. His runs, he's influencing the game. You know, he's starting to shoot. You're actually starting to see him and whatnot. He's filling out physically. He's not all the way there yet. I don't know how good he's going to be, but there's money to be made. You know, a London guy, a London team that we beat Chelsea, he's already, they don't even have, I know of recent they do, but historically, they don't even have contract issues with him because he would have been tied down to a 5-year deal. So, well, I would say, Eddie, you're doing well, man. You're putting El Nene contracts are up. You're putting yourselves in the shop window. That's all I ask. Tavares better second half, but heart rate going mad as usual. Rob Holding done well, man. And you know, I won my Sunday league thing today. Arsenal won. Sunday didn't gonna taste even nicer, man. It is where it is in that regards, people. You lot were top form as ever. Without you lot, it's pointless. That's what you lot on Twitch and on YouTube. Make sure you're following on both if you haven't on either, people. United won the league playing badly and grinding out results. Sometimes it's what needs to be done. Hopefully, a good omen for the future. Yeah, they might, but they had flipping great players. Let's not forget. Holdini man of the match. We got the result, man. Leeds is going to be a tough game. Let's actually focus on that because we played last Sunday and we looked again how we looked more fatigued than West Ham. I don't know. Maybe when you've got a team where everything's going well for them, you know, they're optimistic as hell. It's been a good season or seasons. They're in Europa. Maybe them sort of things there can get you through any fatigue and stuff. The fans playing for you, home ground. Maybe that's why, maybe to a degree, that they looked they looked a lot more sharper than us and things. It got them going. I don't know, people. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Shaky, but it is what it is, man. To be fair, there's other teams that do that, but look like Tommy got a dead leg. I hope so. He ain't had minutes. I'd rather a dead leg than hamstrings and all these things. What happened to Chelsea's form? Don't know. Maybe everything at Chelsea's form. Form, off the field, everything, man. Stream for champs is pending. No cap DG. Let me chill. Let me chill. I don't know, man. I don't know. Man said congrats on top 4. I don't know. Yeah, I did see where Rice trying to beef Nketiah. You man are boys. Like, you man play. Bro, like I said, he had evolve. He's talking about Artie's Jollof. What's going on? What's going on with my man? Acting like you don't know, man, again. Oh, acting up, man. Maybe he just, bro, just even Declan Rice twerks for Chelsea on the best of days. Maybe that's it. He's just twerking, bro. Pause, like, just yeah. Chelsea fans will really love this. Let me go and rattle Arsenal, even though we packed them as well. Like, and if I'm Chelsea, you might as well offer some peas and Conor Gallagher for Declan Rice, really. Boy, forever blowing bubbles in Florence. Oh, all that bullshit. The bubble got burst, man. Woo! Get the hell out of here, man. Man divided. Chelsea. These twats, bubble twats, packed. It's all love West Ham, man. It's not personal, just business, man. Winning dirty is a part of sport, of course. But are we winning dirty because it's just a slugfest? Like, there's been times Liverpool have had to do it, or we just winning dirty by default because we're doing silly things. I don't know. But there's very few times we've won ugly by default. We've got it done, as I said. Happy to get it done, but we need to address what we're doing. There's no way around that. Neither Liverpool nor Man City played well this weekend, but got